Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. We will be starting in just a few moments. So get yourselves all nice and comfortable, get all ready, go get your tea, your coffee, your water, whatever it may be, and I will see you at the top of the hour. Hello, everybody, and welcome to day two of our virtual spiritual summit, our winter edition. My name is Sean McGill. I'm also known as Psychic in the City. I'm an international TV medium, two times best-selling author, and also an award-winning clinical hypnotherapist. And I am your host for the weekend. I hope you have enjoyed yesterday, day one of the summit, as much as I enjoyed it as well. Phenomenal guests that were on, wonderful bits of information that was shared, and that I know that you can definitely apply into your life into 2025 and far beyond that as well. So, thank you for all the lovely messages and comments and things like that also from you guys that have said how much that you have enjoyed it. I know today is going to be is equally as good as yesterday. We have a great lineup of people today. We have Mark Brown that will be joining us, who is a shamanic practitioner, and then we will have Maura Hennessy talking about her work and also answering questions with the tarot. So feel free to go ahead and submit your questions via email or messenger, and I've got my phone here. I'm doing my best to keep track of everything. And then we have Marilla Davis that is joining, who is an Akashic Records expert. So we'll be chatting about past lives and how that can affect us in our current life. So we have a lot going on, and I am super excited to be bringing it to you today. Because if you know me, or if you paid attention to anything that I said yesterday, you will know that teaching it's such a big part of my life, and I consider even doing things like this an aspect of teaching, of, sharing knowledge and information of spirit, from spirit, through spirit, directly to you guys, to help you live your most spirit-filled, authentic selves. And that's why I try to bring a good mix of sort of everything into it, where it's not just, medium after medium after medium talking about, oh, as a kid I used to see spirit and, blah, 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 because we've all heard that story before. We don't need to hear it again and again and again, especially over the course of 2 days. So that's why I wanted to bring a good mix of people, such as, Aaron and Amanda and Nicola yesterday. There we have people that are into mindset, angels, people that are, Nicola that does readings and teaching and her Reiki and things like that. Aaron, who's like a mindset, a consciousness expert and a business expert. And Amanda works with angels and manifestation and, helps people grow their own spiritual practice. And today we've got again another mix of people doing another mix of things, because just because you're spiritual, it doesn't mean that oh, you have to be a medium or a tarot reader or like an angel card reader and that's it. There is so much to it that a lot of people don't understand, and that was originally my first idea when I started doing this summit. Is it 2 years ago now? I think I started doing the summit. And I wanted to really showcase the vastness of our higher mental faculties, of our gifts, of our spirit, the abilities that are within us. Being intuitive doesn't just mean that you do tarot readings. You can do so much with your intuition. I know people that I work with that are, not necessarily spiritual in the same maybe respects that I would be, but you see them work and they're using their intuition while they're doing that. And you see people in their day-to-day life and they're using their intuition while they're going through their day-to-day life. And then we have so many what's the word I'm looking for? Tools and resources available to us in order to really help us live our best possible life. And that takes a long journey with lots of swings and roundabouts on it, let me tell you. But there is the tools that are out there that are available to help us move through those blockages, those obstacles, and rise above all those challenges. Because like I said yesterday when I started, the life of a medium is no different from the life of just, anybody else that isn't a medium. We still have all these challenges. We still face the same trials and tribulations that anybody else does. But with the likes of people in a sort of spiritual community, in a holistic community, in the sort of metaphysical world, shall I say, we are aware that we have these other tools available. We know that there's other things that we can do to help give us that guidance, that direction, or that healing in order to really free ourselves and move forward. And that's probably really one of the reasons why I trained and qualified in so many things that I have. It's to gain more knowledge, it's to gain more tools, and it's to help more people. And that is really why I went into the route of hypnotherapy so much, because I've been doing readings professionally for about 14 years now. 13, 14, whatever. Not that long. And I was always looking for the next thing to help my client. So obviously you guys out there that maybe you're people that go for readings. And you're going because you've got a problem. There's something going on that you need a bit of guidance or a bit of direction in. Let's just call it what it is. And I always looked for, the next thing. What can I bring that will not only give my clients, the faith that everything's going to be all right, but also to help them like remove this block, remove that pattern, get rid of that obstacle so that they don't have to repeat it again and come and see me again in another 6 months going, I've done the same thing and got the same outcome. So whenever I like sort of came into the world of hypnotherapy, like I first started in past life regression, because I didn't think I was smart enough to be a hypnotherapist. Talk about a wild limitation there. Look at me now, taking over the world. Um, and this is the thing that I have found once I've really got into the mind, and I think it's because of my like spiritual background, my holistic background, because I had a very good understanding of the energetic body, based on like being a Reiki master and the healer and the medium and all of that. So I got to then really get into the mind. So now I look at people very, very holistically. I don't just look at, oh, okay, I have someone that wants the hypnotic gastric band. I have someone that wants a smoking cessation session, or, maybe I'm working on someone for whatever the issue is. Because I have so much other training behind me and so much other experience behind me, I get to look at everything with the person. I look at what's going on the subtle layers, what's going on the emotional layer, what's going on in the mental, and then we really dive in deep to really, really help eliminate these belief systems so that you can become free and move forward. Now, I did get a lot of people messaged me yesterday going, what's the hypnotic gastric band? And that is a 4-step program that I sort of came up with. I know the hypnotic gastric band is a thing. I'm not saying I coined the phrase, I'm not that dumb. But my formula in particular is a 4-step approach to sort of revamping the mind. And stimulating the mind in such a way that it believes that you've had a gastric band fitted so that your stomach is smaller. For those people that do want more information on that, reach out to me, fire me a private message, fire me an email, I'll send you some info on it. But we're completely derailed myself again. God help the man, Mary, let me tell you, because it's just going to be a nightmare for him having to have a conversation with me like this. Yes, so looking at people holistically really helps to remove those blocks on a deep, deep, deep subconscious level, because we can carry things and we can go for a reading and get a little bit of clarity, or we can, go, okay, well, maybe I need to leave this situation or take this job, leave that partner, whatever it may be. But if we don't remove like the root cause that's really in there on a deep, 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 deep subconscious level, then we're just gonna repeat it somewhere else. We mightn't repeat it in, say, the job. We might repeat that pattern in our relationship, for example. So with the tools that we have available in the metaphysical world, you've got your Reiki, the shamanism, energy healing, meditation, hypnosis, self-development work, personal development work, you can begin to really go in and pull out all of the weeds. And that's again one of the reasons as to why I want to bring this summit to people, because it's not really me talking about me. There's like 10 minutes at the start where I say a little bit about what I do, but the rest of the summit, especially the last ones that I done, it was person after person and how can they help? What do you do and how can you help other people? Because I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And once you're aware that there is tools out there that can help, they might help like this, they might take a little bit longer because each person is different, but we have the tools out there, and it's all about exploring what is, 100% right for you. Because I know some people that, get an absolute complete mindset revamp pretty much from, getting things like Reiki done. And I know other people that are like, yeah, it's not really my thing. I know other people that will meditate or breath work or yoga or whatever it is, and it's like they're a whole new person after. And quite rightly so. At the same time, there's other people that are like, yeah, not really my thing. I have a friend of mine who swears by yoga, and we went to a few sort of groups together, and it was fine. It was stretching, in my opinion, But afterwards, like you could see the difference with her. But for me, I was just like, yeah, no, I kind of felt stupid on the beach doing that. So there is all those tools that are out there. It's about finding the ones that work for you. Because I find a lot of people don't even know or realize that, there is so many different options out there available in order for you to get what it is that you need. It's not always the reading that's going to get you what you need. Sometimes it is going for a bit of spiritual healing or a bit of reflexology, or maybe you're the type of person that, understanding past lives. That is something that helps you immensely. So these things are available to help you grow spiritually. And again, the spiritually doesn't necessarily mean you have to grow spiritually and develop your abilities to become a psychic or a medium. It's to become a fuller expression of who you are, because that is the reason as to why we're here. It's to become that fullest expression of who we truly are. And we are spiritual beings. So why not use these tools at our disposal to really help you get there? So I'm just going to double check here and see if I have any questions or any messages coming through. I have that many apps open on my phone at the minute. I'm getting myself all confused. But hey, a few questions to be answered later. But how fabulous. I do hope you are enjoying. Let me see if I can have a little look-see at what is going on. Fabulous. I might be able to see the, what do you call that? The chat box in YouTube, but here, don't expect me to pay that much attention, because I'm really not gonna. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Open panel, there it is. Yeah, fabulous. So we will have our first guest joining us very, very soon. Mark, if you are watching, come on ahead. Jump in the Zoom room. I am ready to rock whenever you are. What else did I have a few questions about? Yes, a few people had messaged me about private readings myself as well, and if I do them. I do indeed, yes. But obviously, if you know me, you know that I'm running like pretty much two businesses at the moment. Well, you know what I mean. I've got my Psychic in the City, and then I've got my Shan McGill Hypnotherapy. So sometimes one overtakes the other, and that's just kind of the way that it goes. But yes, I am available for private readings. There is just a little bit of a wait. It's not, you're not going to get booked in that day. Let me just say that, because you'd be surprised the amount of people that ask that. People must think I just must sit meditating all day with crystals on my head. But I told you yesterday, I'm not that type of spiritual person, and I want to burst that bubble, that perception that people have. I'm definitely not that person, and a lot of my spiritual friends aren't as well. I don't wear flowy clothes, I maybe kind of look like it in this outfit today, but hey ho. I would have dreadlocks if I had hair though, let me say that much, but I don't, so I have no dreadlocks. Yes, sorry, I can hear my guides talking to me, so if you see me wander off, I'm just having a wee conversation in my head. Probably shouldn't say that live on YouTube. I might get my head looked at and locked up for a while. But yes, I do private readings. I do mediumship or tarot readings. Like I explained yesterday, the difference between the two of them. A mediumship reading is an evidential reading as to who the spirit communicators are. A tarot reading is a psychic reading based on your life, what's going on, and sort of giving you a little bit of direction on that. Sorry. My goodness. What is going on there? Yes, a tarot reading is, like I say, that's the reading that a lot of my clients go for. I've been reading the tarot for a very, very, very long time. I absolutely love it. So much so, I wrote a book on the tarot, giving them all modern interpretations, created a training program on the tarot, and Nicola, that you met yesterday, she is one of my trainers on that, who teaches my accredited course. And I'm also working on creating my own tarot deck as well, but you didn't hear that from me, you know. Um, or obviously you did, I can't say that because it's live on YouTube and the videos. So yes, book your readings if you want. All you have to do is really reach out to me, and my assistant will get you booked in at the next available date or something that is mutually suitable. I also just want to, let you know, all my stuff is on video call. A lot of people think, can I have my appointment in person? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, you really can, but you have to fly the whole way to Malta because that's where I'm at the minute, guys. I haven't been in Northern Ireland for about 2 years. So that is, yeah, that's that. And you can also reach out to any of the guests as well. Speaking of guests, we have the wonderful Mark Brown that is joining absolutely now. But like I say, if you want to reach out to any of the guest speakers that have been on yesterday or today, all of their information will be available on the speakers page within the broadcast room somewhere. I'm sure there's a button there, and you can go ahead and there's links to everybody's social medias. Like I say, this isn't about me as much as I talk, and believe me, I can talk. But it is about helping to give you guys the tools that you need to be your most authentic selves. So, hello, Mark. How are you? How are you? Your camera's not on. Are you hiding from me?
Oh, bear with me, please. Hello,
Hello. How
how are
are you?
you? I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yes, I am good. I have a bit of a chest thing going on, so you'll have to forgive me if I start coughing an awful lot. I will just mute myself and hide off camera.
Okay.
Um, Everybody, this is Mark Brown. He is a shamanic practitioner, but rather than me explaining what it is that Mark does, I'm going to hand it over to you, Mark. And if you want to just say hello, introduce yourself, and what you do.
Yep, okay. Thank you. So, hi, I'm Mark. I'm a shamanic practitioner and a breathwork coach based in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Just speaking with Sian prior to today, I feel intuitively led to lead you all in a short meditation and a shamanic journey into calling back your power from all people, places, and things that no longer serve our highest good. And what that's going to look like, and the reason for this is that throughout life we can experience different things, different adversities. Perhaps it could be arguments, it could be some fractured relationships or whatever. And as much as these things can do a bit of a number on us, we suffer some power loss then whenever we experience such things. So it's going to be just a short shamanic journey. I'm going to start the journey by drumming. I'm going to invite you into some breath work as well, just to bring you each of you into a meditative state of mind. And then I will talk you through this journey. I will invite you just to envisage times in your life where they maybe just weren't particularly pleasant. And as much as we can ruminate over experiences in life, and if there's been some hardships, for example, then what that can look like is as much as we feel there's a connection there, then we have suffered some power loss as well. So it's always important to remember, particularly shamanically, that your power and your energy belongs to you and nobody else. So today it's going to be a short journey into that, to call back your power, your energy from all people, places, and things that no longer serve our highest good. And the principle of it is always to bring you into balance and alignment into mind, body, and soul.
Amazing, amazing, absolutely love it. But before you even jump into that,
Yeah.
welcome. It sounds like it's going to be an absolute amazing journey that you're going to be taking us all through, and I'm very, very excited about that. I have so many questions. I'm just trying to pick what is what's the best one to start with. Um, just so people can get a little bit of an understanding, because I'm sure many people out there have, heard the word shaman, but they maybe don't really know what it is. Would you like to give maybe a little bit of a definition of like the role of a shaman and so forth?
Yes, absolutely. So, as much as many people are led to believe that shamanism originates from Native America. It in fact originates from Siberia, and as time has gone on, before we had modern technology, it was found that shamanic practices across the globe all correlate energetically in the same way. And this is before such times where we had social media or books or anything like that to share that with, which I find absolutely fascinating. As a shamanic practitioner, and in shamanism, we believe in three worlds. There's the lower world, the middle world that we are currently in now, and the upper world. And whenever I go on the journey for people, I traverse between the three worlds. And that can look like different things for different people. So a few examples of what I do. So the soul retrieval. We can suffer some soul loss through life as well. Our parts of our soul can fragment, and those fragmentations go into the ethereal. And I journey into those places to retrieve your soul pieces, again, to bring you back into alignment and balance in mind, body, and soul. There's ancestral healing as well. And what that looks like is in our ancestral lines, passed down from generation to generation onto us, there can be, let's call them generational curses. For example, they're passed down from one to the other until it reaches people like us who decide that it stops with us. So we put in the work. So I go on the journey then with the client, and I channel healing energy through their root chakra, and their whole family, their whole ancestral line is called into the journey. Wow. That includes people who are still with us, but also people who are in spirit. And then that healing energy that is channeled through the client's root chakra is then channeled throughout the root chakras of everybody in that lineage. So essentially what that does is it basically stops the crap passing on from one generation to the next to the next. And again, as I say, it stops with us. There are different shamanic healing modalities. Shamanism has been classed as one of the original healing modalities that there is. And in 2020, I received, or 2021, sorry, I received this soul reading, which was gifted to me, and shamanism was very prominent as part of that. So going from a funeral director for so many years into this line of work has been a huge, the difference is night and day, really. You know, it's been a huge shift, a huge transformation for me. But essentially, I love to see people healed. I love to see people showing up to do the work. I love to see people who are willing to break these things, not only for themselves, to heal for themselves, but to heal for those around them and their generations to come as well. But particularly in shamanism, yes, there are about 5 or 6 different modalities that we facilitate.
Yeah. Awesome, and well done on the transformation into what you're doing now. That once you said it, I was like, oh, that is night and day, the difference.
Thank
Fabulous. So you mentioned soul retrieval, and our soul can fragment a little. You know, what experiences would lead things like that to happen, which would make someone seek out the type of healing that you facilitate?
Okay, so just as I said, with soul fragmentation, so experiences of that can be quite adverse experiences. So there could be trauma, there could be abuse, divorce, even if there's like huge arguments or things like that. Essentially, what that does is our soul pieces fragment, and they fragment into the ethereal. And the reason for that can be is that if those soul pieces are to remain with the people as these life experiences happen, we mightn't be able to get through what we'll have to heal from. So the soul fragmentations fragment into the ethereal, and they're kept safe there until such a time. And I firmly believe then that when somebody seeks out soul retrieval and comes to me or another shamanic practitioner for this, they have reached a point of realization in their own journeys that it's time then to, they recognize in themselves that there's parts of themselves missing, essentially. So on the soul retrieval journeys, then it's about bringing the fragmentations back and channeling those soul pieces back to the client. And again, just to bring them into wholeness, because your soul is yours. It's yours. It doesn't belong to anybody else. And there are times, where we can experience, let's call it sacred rage, in ourselves, where we recognize that parts of us are missing and that that's not okay.
Yeah.
So it's about channeling these soul fragmentations back to each person to bring them again into completion, to make their soul whole again, know. But those are just a few examples of, reasons why, there could be different, unfortunately in life, shit happens. It does. Yeah, and whenever big things like this happen, then people I've heard so many people describe to me, it feels as if a part of me is missing.
Yeah.
And again, that's recognition in themselves. And whenever they're talking to me, then it's soul fragmentation. So it's about then, as I say, just to bring those back and to bring them into completion again, to make them
Yeah.
whole again. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, absolutely. So the experiences can be as unique as the individual then. It's not just yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
anybody would benefit from this, whatever they class as a trauma.
yeah,
It's gonna be something that's gonna be beneficial. Fantastic, because I firmly believe that the healing side is, well, at least whenever I was more heavily involved in the spiritual metaphysical community, the healing side was something that was a little bit lacking for people. Let me explain what I mean there. It's everybody was going for readings and nobody was really going for healings. And I'm starting trying to like bang my drum in the corner going, the readings aren't always just going to fix you. There's other things that you can do that can help,
mhm,
So it's great to see that, there are so many people out there that are exploring these things and going, hey, I can help you, let's get this done. So it's amazing. It really is. It's so good to see because, especially in Northern Ireland, it's such a fragmented community anyway. I think we should maybe do a bit of healing on Belfast itself.
yeah.
But it's good to see so many people embracing it and going forward, and I'm super excited about the journey that you're going to take us all on. It was really the soul retrieval. But what other types of things would you do in your practice as well with people?
So a common one that I would do would be, for the chakra system,
Hmm.
chakra balancing and alignment, and just channeling healing energy then through people. You know, Um, cord cuttings, I do quite a lot of that. So we create energetic cords with people throughout life, and it can vary. It can be with family members, it can be from past partners, even in relationships, and there could be maybe some relationships in life, that haven't worked out, but there's still, an energetic attachment there. Um, or there can also be, I've had a few clients who have suffered, some very severe trauma, on behalf of other people. So
Hmm.
there's still that energetic or that energetic cord that is still created with that person. So energetically, then it's about reading the client. It's about obviously doing a bit of a consultation to ascertain the background, and then I journey into that, and I journey to the places, and I invite then each client who chooses us, to just for a brief moment to bring each of these people into their third eye, just for a moment, just to visualize them, and then the cords are cut, and then again with the cord cutting, it essentially frees us from those energetic ties to the past, shall we
Hmm.
say, and again then bringing back to them the part loss that they've maybe suffered in terms of the connection with this person or with these people. you
Yeah.
know, Particularly, Sian, with what you've said about, Belfast and Northern Ireland too. There's a lot of institutional abuse that's happened as well. That can still be quite prominent. And that's not to say it doesn't happen in other places, because of course it does. But particularly over here, it's a big thing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people then who, have had to suffer the consequences of such things. So again, particularly, I've worked with a lot of people in and around Belfast who have experienced this as well. So it's about cutting those energetic cords. And I follow up with every single client, a few weeks afterwards, and just to hear some of the differences that they've experienced themselves, on how they feel better, they feel happier, they feel lighter. And again, this is something that I always, always, always talk about is healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And for people, and I come from a place of lived experience of these things too.
Yeah.
Where we have people pleased in the past, where we haven't been able to say no in the past.
Yeah.
But again, you can't go on like that. It's unrealistic. It just
Yeah.
depletes us and makes us feel flat. So again, I always encourage people to set healthy boundaries, for themselves and how well that serves them. And another thing I do is past life healing. So
Okay.
we absolutely, as a shamanic practitioner, we absolutely believe in reincarnation
Hmm.
from one lifetime to the next, to the next, to the next. And again, then it's a very similar journey to the ancestral one, where we call in then the past lives of the person that I'm working with. and it's about channeling healing energy again through the root chakra, through
Mhm.
all of their past lives as well. And on each journey, then I activate my third eye. I can see, and I can see. Just as an example, sometimes I'll get colors, like denser colors, or like a dense energetic feeling surrounding some of the historical things that they have experienced. And on the journey, I think it's amazing, and I love how it all works on the other side. On the other side of the veil, and I can see and I can tangibly feel that dense, slower vibrational energy breaking off and breaking up as I can see this being channeled through whether it's ancestrally or their past lives. And then
Mhm.
one of the big things that we do as shamanic practitioners then is that energy has to go somewhere. So
Yeah.
it's recycled, it's transmuted into light so that it can never return in the form that it was there in the first place. You know?
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. My exposure to shamanism is very minimum, in comparison to the 14 years that I've been working as a medium. I
Yeah.
did take a little bit of training, shall I say, if that's the right word, under a shaman many moons ago. Not an expert, barely a novice, let me tell you that. So it's really fascinating to just sort of hear your story and your work. It's great because again, not a lot of people know that there's these tools that are available. And I don't know if you were watching, like before you came on, I was explaining to the guys that are watching in the broadcast room, that this is the reason as to why I've put this summit together, and the previous ones. It's to let people know how many different tools that are out there to help you heal, to help you clear your blocks, to get rid of your limitations, and to move forward in life. And what works for one may not work for the other, and that's okay. That's why we have so many tools. So I was really, really excited whenever you were like, yes, let's do some breath work. I'm like, yes, something a little bit that will get a lot of people, because I know how incredibly powerful these sessions are. Are you ready to get going with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Amazing. So, yeah, you just work away. I'm gonna just turn my camera off, so I can sit and, it's not like I'm staring at you during it. So over
Okay.
to yourself, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. So just as we begin, I have a shamanic drum. And the shamanic drum for me, I journey with my drum all the time. My drum is my right hand man, shall we say. So I'm going to start off with some drumming. And when I do, I'm going to invite each of you just to close your eyes and to sit in a relaxed state of mind. We're going to take some deep breaths in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth for a wee while, just until we're into a nice, meditative state of mind. Um, Again, it's entirely up to yourselves, whatever you're comfortable with. You can keep your eyes open, you can keep your eyes closed. But just as I begin to drum, I invite each of you with gratitude to start off with a nice deep breath in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Just continue to do that at a comfortable pace, which is comfortable for each of you individually. I'm going to drum. Whether you hear the drum or not, I'm not sure. But just allow the drum to take you on a journey into a nice meditative state of mind, into a nice place. And then we will go from there. I'll drum for a few minutes. Again, I just invite you just to be conscious and focused on our breath. Nice, slow, deep breaths in through your nose. Down into your diaphragm. Let your diaphragm fill up. A slow release through your mouth. Just focus on our bodies. They're relaxed, meditative space. Ignoring any external distractions or noises. As we sit in this container together with gratitude and with love for this opportunity to be here today, to release and to reclaim. As we begin, may you know that you are more than enough. And as much as we all heal, you are perfect exactly as you are. We'll just keep this breath going throughout this, but I invite you just to be conscious that on your in-breath, you inhale self-love. And on the exhale, you exhale self-doubt. To be intentional with our breath and how that manifests for each and every one of us. It is by no coincidence that you are here today, at this time, on this summit. Give yourself credit as well for showing up to do the work, to heal, not only for yourself, but for others. And I slowly invite each of you to bring to your awareness, just momentarily, any people, places, or things where you know you have suffered or experienced power loss. Or there may be some energetic attachments or ties that you no longer want, that no longer serve your highest good. Yes, sometimes these energetic ties can keep us down, can hold us down. The time has come to release those with gratitude and with love. We will call back your power from people, places, things, circumstances that no longer serve your highest good. This will be channeled back to each of you individually on your individual journeys and for what this looks like for each and every one of us. Part of the healing journey is, well, we do the work, we do the inner work, the shadow work, whatever it's called. There are going to be some memories or circumstances that we don't necessarily want to address that aren't particularly comfortable. Experiences throughout our lives. As we heal and as we do this work, sometimes it's necessary to look into these things for a wee moment, just to bring back what is yours. So you remain focused on our breath. Slow, deep breath in through our nose. And this time, let the breath go right down to our belly. Fill your tummy up. And a further breath to fill your diaphragm up, and then we release it slowly. Just as we are in this space together, I invite each and every one of you for a few moments just to bring to your conscious awareness circumstances or people or places and things that no longer serve you, serve your highest good. And after you've done that, I invite you again momentarily, be focused, people, places, things, or circumstances where our energy can be held that no longer needs to be there. So do this, I'm going to drum some more. And as you do, I invite you to set the intention to release what no longer serves us. And what is released today, I will journey into to transmute this into light, to recycle it into light, so that it can never return in the form that it once was. And as difficult as some circumstances might have been, they all serve a purpose, teaching us how we grow, how we heal, how we become. Again, just for a few moments, just to bring that stuff to your awareness. When I finish drumming, then we will release. I journey in, and as I see my spirit team come in, the energetic cords have been cut. We call back each of our power everywhere that no longer serves us or no longer serves our highest good. And as we do, from here on in, may you remember who you are. Your own power, your authenticity. You are sacred. That from here on in, we always remember, recognize, and honor how sacred we are that our value and our worth is not to be determined by other people. Energetically, you will now feel and embody that you know how sacred you are. You treat yourself as sacred. And in any times through life you have been treated as less than, that again with healthy boundaries, no is a full sentence. And that you know exactly what you will and will not accept anymore. Again, just to remain focused on our breath. Deep breath in through our nose, a nice slow breath this time. Fill your diaphragm, fill your tummy, with a slow release. With the intake of this breath, absolutely. Inhale your power, your energy that has been called back to each and every one of you. And on the slow inhale, allow this to channel. Allow yourself to feel the energy of this. Begins through your crown chakra, down into your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra, but also allow the energy of this to permeate throughout your body. White healing light. Going through your head, your face, your shoulders, your arms, right down to your fingertips. And throughout your torso, your hips, your back. And throughout your legs, right down to the tips of your toes, and we'll allow this energy to channel for a few moments. And as we do, may you remember on the inhale, and as this energy comes to you, self-love. On the exhale, it could be self-doubt, it could be limiting beliefs, it could be thoughts or mindsets that hold you back. Today, that is no more. It is released. We allow this to channel for a few more moments. And on this short journey, I can feel the energy that is being released. I transmute and I recycle this into light. Gratitude and love to source. That it can never return in the form that it once was. You know and feel self-belief that you are more than capable, that you are more than enough, that you are perfect exactly as you are. And anything that needs to release from you, allow it to come up. Try not to resist it. It is unique to you. It could be joy, it could be gratitude, it could be some tears. May you know that each and every emotion and feeling is perfectly valid. Going forward from this, gain to stand in your power, hold your head up high, fix your posture, straighten your back, just to be conscious of our posture throughout each day. And it's just that intuitive knowing everything always works out perfectly okay. Gratitude and love to each of you and for all of this. I close this circle. I close this space. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Mark. That was, yep, that was, I'll let you know later exactly what I thought. Just let me, just let everything settle and calm first. But that was
Yeah.
so powerful. Thank you. I felt just like a big pop in my solar plexus in a good way, in a really good way. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm a wee bit spaced, thanks. I've still the rest of the summit to do, Mark. Maybe I should have kept you to the end.
Uh,
And I know that everybody else out there would have very much enjoyed that as well. Thanks. Cord cutting is such a powerful tool. It really, really is. And see, once you mentioned that, I was like, that reminded me. I had that conversation a few days ago with a friend. It's like, must do that. There's a few people, hand me the spiritual scissors. Need to cut the
yeah.
cords. But there you go. You've went and done it there. And I don't think people really understand the importance of cutting those cords, you know. So I know people will, if they don't see or feel the benefit right now, give it a day, give it a couple of days, and they certainly will. You know, not every change happens instantaneously. But thank you so much for that. What sort of things do you like? Do you run workshops in Belfast or anything, or Northern Ireland, or?
And I don't do workshops per se. I hold group sessions. So as a breathwork practitioner as well, the breathwork that I facilitate, is solely focused on the breath and the emotional release we
Mhm.
have in the body. So, for example, it's called conscious connected breathwork or circular breathwork.
Uh-huh.
Um, I hold group sessions for this in a few different locations. There's one in Newton Abbey, one in East Belfast, and soon,
Amazing.
soon to be a new one in Glengormley as well, which I'm really looking forward to. But it's just to have that emotional release, while the mind forgets, the body remembers, and it can
Yeah.
store all that stuff inside us. And as time goes on and that's left unchecked or unhealed, we end up sick,
Yeah.
whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, we end up sick. So it's just about purging that out with the power of the breath,
Yeah.
and to release that from us. And then in terms of shamanic stuff, I am actually first to know, but I'm thinking about holding circles in for like shamanic circles to journey into that in terms of again calling back our power, releasing cords and all of
Done.
that, So
Well
yeah,
done. Well
in the
done.
new year then.
Yeah, good. You heard it here first, guys. So we've got a Mark Brown exclusive. Fantastic. So that's brilliant. So yeah, brilliant. Go for that.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely
you.
go for that. Yeah, 100%. Because it's just getting to the point now in I think life where we just need to help as many people as we possibly can.
Yeah,
So whatever you can put out there to help people, absolutely go for it, Mark.
yeah.
Um, how I know I have your stuff linked in the room for in the speakers page. But if people want to like get you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, what's your socials?
It's Mark Brown Shamanism.
Mhm.
So Instagram is Mark_Brown_Shamanism. This is Mark Brown Shamanism on Facebook. And if anybody wants to get in touch or get in contact, shoot me a DM, or my number's listed on there as well somewhere. So yeah,
Fabulous, fabulous. Mark, thank you so much for
thank you.
being such a wonderful contribution to the Winter Virtual Spiritual Summit. Maybe we'll have you back again next year,
Okay.
and you can share more information on the new groups that you're going to be running. That would be fabulous. But thank you so much for coming along. I greatly appreciate it,
Thank
and
you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yes, you too. Thank you so much.
Okie dokes. I'll speak to you
Take
soon.
care.
Thank
Yes,
you.
take care.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Oh, wow, what an absolute amazing experience that was. I hope you guys really felt the power of that, the just the real healing energy of that, because you know, healing is very important. The very important that we get those things done. And you know, based on what I said like before Mark came on, and then Mark also speaking, you can see that we're talking about the same thing. We're just using like different modalities to get the job done. Like you heard me talk about removing the limitations on a deep subconscious level, and there's Mark saying with like the breath work, like you know, you're getting in because the body stores it, you know. So there's many different ways out there for you guys to absolutely remove these limitations, to heal, to grow, and to move forward in life. So check out these things, get them done, you know, and there's always going to be there's something that works for you that's out there, you know. Fabulous. I need to catch my breath for a minute here, but that's just me. We have the wonderful Mora that is joining us now. Hi, fabulous. I have to stop saying hi because somewhere else now and I have to say how. Hello, Mora. Uh,
Hello.
how are you? Let me see if I've
I'm
got
really good.
everything. Go on, I just need a second just adjust a few wee settings. Oh, did you take part in the healing there that Mark was?
Yes, absolutely amazing. Like it really brought to light something I wasn't even thinking about, and it was actually something that was really holding me back. So, wow, absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. I love that. I love that. But we'll get a proper chat about that
Yes,
a little bit later. Maybe Wednesday. You can share it with me.
yeah.
So welcome to the virtual spiritual summit,
Thank
Mora.
you. Thank you very
So,
much.
what's your name and where do you come from?
Ah, Stella. Uh, my name's Maura. I live in Northern Ireland. Originally from Dublin, moved up here in 2007. And I am a tarot reader and a medium and also a Reiki master. But I mainly focus on tarot readings and mediumship.
Fabulous. Love it. So, Mora, tell us, what made you get into this stuff?
It was purely by accident. I saw an amazing tarot teacher, like you, who was advertising a course, and it was in February 2020, just before lockdown happened. And I saw the course being advertised, and I was just like, oh my God, that's absolutely amazing. And it was different because it was using a different type of tarot deck. So I know a lot of people would probably be familiar with the type of tarot decks that you see in horror movies, you know, the kind with the devils and people recoil in fear and run up the stairs and hide. But this was a tarot deck that was really modern. And the pictures kind of related a lot more to everyday situations in modern life. And ever since then, I've just been doing tarot readings and mediumship, and it just all took off from there.
Yeah, it did. It really took off for you. It absolutely did.
It's been absolutely life changing. I honestly couldn't recommend it enough to other people, you know. But yeah, it's been a real awakening for me as well. I know you mentioned about unfoldments yesterday, but yeah, everything, my whole life has just taken a completely different direction to where it was.
It really does. Your life really does begin to change once you sort of, how do I put this? Like tap in and tune into those spiritual capacities that we have. You know,
Yeah,
you begin to, yeah, we still have like, you know, the normal 9 to 5 life. And I'm not talking
yes,
about work, you know, but we still have the normal 9 to 5 life, but things are just different.
yeah. I like everything I see and everything I approach in life. It's just so much more different, and it's just such an awareness as well. Now, as you're saying, I still have my 9 to 5 working life, but it's just given me such a sense of calm and more control as well, which I think has been phenomenal. And I think that's hopefully what a lot of people will feel when I do readings for them as well. You know, at the end of it, they feel a lot more enlightened as well, you know, and it's just a wonderful experience to be able to see the joy on people's faces or that light bulb moment that they have and they go, oh my God, yeah, I was thinking of that, you know?
Yeah. I know it is so great, those aha moments, those light bulb moments whenever you're doing readings for people
Yeah.
where it just something clicks, something just makes sense. And a lot of the times I've no idea even what I've said, you know, but they get the moment from it. I love it, you know. So you do your tarot readings, which is fabulous. Is there any particular type of reading that you really enjoy doing?
Um, you know what? Every reading is just so different and it completely depends on the client. Um, And sometimes when I'm doing a tarot reading, I might feel a spirit person coming in as well. So I'll always let the client know as well. If I have someone from spirit here for you, would you like to know? You know? But yeah, I just find every reading is so different and everybody gets something different out of it as well. And sometimes people will come into a reading with, you know, wanting direction on one particular thing, but because the reading is so detailed, it'll bring to light other things that maybe they weren't even thinking about, you know, a whole other factor, which will help them. Because quite often people want answers to questions, but there's just so many other factors that need to be taken into account. And it was like you were saying yesterday, you know, you're always one decision away from another reality, you know. So what you might be looking for an answer for now and what comes up in the reading, you could make a decision based on something completely different, and that's going to completely change the course of what's going on in your life as well, you know. So I just go with the flow with my readings and kind of whatever is coming to me. I think one of the biggest things I've learned is say what you see and say what you feel, because what necessarily isn't making sense to me will just be everything that person needs to know, you know, and it could just be five little words that would just be the most significant factor in that reading.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you know, as someone that, you know, I hate using the word like taught or trained and things like that, you know, but there's no other word. It's like say what you see, you
Yeah,
know, give it out there. It's got nothing to do with you at the end of the day. You
yeah,
know, I've seen so many people and readings they've no there's just like no help. You know, and that's why I really like embrace the whole teaching aspect because it's like we're of service of other people.
yeah,
You know, that's what it is. We're providing a service at the end of the day, and you know, I don't think a lot of people take it maybe as serious as what like you and I would, or even Nicola that was on yesterday. God, I know she probably takes it far more serious than the both of us combined, really, you know. But there is that aspect of having to know that it's the client that we're here for. Like you say, they want answers.
yeah,
And I tend to find that, you know, a lot of people will turn to like a psychic or a medium whenever maybe their doctor has failed them, their family has failed them, you know, their counselor has failed them, their church has failed them, and the last resort is I'm going to see the tarot reader. You know, and that's a big
yeah,
responsibility. That's a
yeah,
big service that we are providing. And yes, it's great doing the readings where you're like, yes, this is the man you're going to marry. That's great. Yes, the job promotion's going to go well. But there is also the part of the work where it is we have to give what we get. We have to give that reading in the way that we get it from our intuition, from the spirit team that's around us when we're working, from if there's another higher source that we're channeling at that time, you know, because I firmly believe it's an accumulation of all of that stuff when we're doing it.
yeah.
And we just got to give it and let them do what they need with that information. So I'm glad that, you know, there is people like myself out there. But then again, if you've spent what, almost 5 years with me, you're gonna think that way, aren't you? Um, what is the most favorite part of your work doing this?
I really feel the healing part of it, as you were saying, we're in service. And yes, tarot cards are a tool that we use, and there's other tools, you know, that psychics use. But at the end of the day, the healing is the most important part. And as a psychic, you have a lot of empathy, and you can feel what other people are feeling. You can feel their vulnerability. And as you're saying, they've been failed a lot, by other people who weren't able to help them. So you do feel that responsibility as well to help them through that. So definitely my favorite part is giving people direction and helping them see, that they're not powerless, that they can take control of this, and that, their energy changes when they've left the reading, they're brighter, and they have that hope, that they had lost originally, and like, as someone who's psychic and you see people's auras, you do see the brightness around them as well, and I just think that's just so amazing. And just feeling, spirit guides there as well with them, letting them know you're not alone. There are people here, and maybe, one of the cards that I find comes out a lot is maybe your prayers haven't been answered, but they have been heard. So just know that, and you just have to sometimes take time with things. Not everything is going to happen right now or tomorrow, and sometimes people just need to hear that they have that hope, and just to be a bit more patient.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Your prayers haven't been answered, but they have been heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it. Um, Fantastic, fantastic, and it's great having you on as well.
Thank
So,
you.
you wanna give your Taro a little workout, because we've only a couple of
Yes.
questions,
Yeah.
which is very strange because the last time I ran a summit, I think I got over 100 questions. I was
Oh
like, "There's no
God.
way I'm answering these all on my own," So that's why this time I was like, "Gonna get Nicola and Maura to do it." And speaking of Nicola, we have a question from our very own Nicola.
Oh, love it.
hmm
Amazing.
hmm So Nicola wants to know, should she take the opportunity that she's been offered?
Wow. Okay. Huge, huge question.
Uh-huh.
Love
No
it.
pressure,
So,
Nicola. Thought I taught you better.
okay. Absolutely love these cards. First card that's come out here is the Moon card, the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Devil card, which has come out here. So all these cards, I feel the Moon card here is representing, okay, I understand that you're feeling quite cautious, but you have to see the light behind the worries here. The Ace of Pentacles is saying that this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for you. And the Devil card here is about your mindset. So there is some paradigms that are creeping into your mind here that is holding you back. And I think what these cards here are saying, you need to let go of that little voice in your head that is telling you you're not good enough or you can't do this. These cards here, I feel, are saying this is an amazing opportunity for you. So don't let yourself hold yourself back from moving forward.
Keep going. I want to know more, 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 more.
Lovely. Okay. Right.
Alright.
Okay. So the best business card in the deck has come out here. So you see this lovely Knight of Wands here is reassuring you, telling you that you have got this. Okay. The Four of Swords here, I feel, is representing the choices that you have to make. But I feel that these are all this opportunity is something that you've been looking for a long, long time. And then we have the Hanged Man here as well. So again, I feel this card is about letting go of things that are in your head, and holding you back. Okay. So with the Four of Swords here, I feel that there's a lot more talking you could do, to talk about the pros and the cons. And I feel that once you talk out, the what's going to work for you, what isn't going to work for you, and talking through a business program or a plan so that you can mitigate what's holding you back, I feel that you're going to be in a better position to make that decision. But everything here is looking very positive for you.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, Maura. I know, as soon as I read the question, I was like, is she opening up her own premises? That was just my initial feeling on it. I don't know what you felt about it, Maura, but
Yeah, it's definitely something big that is an amazing opportunity for you. And I do feel that it's kind of moving from where you are now to the next step. So,
I
yeah,
know I get the kind of feeling maybe there's a bit of collaboration with someone going on.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, definitely have things in writing if you're collaborating with someone. That's just more common sense than psychic, really. But you know, definitely if there's a bit of collaboration going on. Let me see, what else do I feel? I'm really nosy because I know her. So,
Yeah,
so I'm like, I want to know. Why didn't you tell me all the information? So once you're done
yeah,
here, get me on the phone and then message me and tell
yeah.
me everything.
I definitely feel there's a lot of I's to dot and T's to cross as well. So there's a lot of um, formal planning that needs to be involved. And that's not something that you can just gloss over. You know, that's kind of really, really important to moving forward, especially as you were as well feeling that, you know, there could be someone else involved here, you know. So, you know, make sure that you do your research
Mm,
and
yeah.
don't maybe not take everything at face value, but like it feels like a fantastic opportunity to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It really
Yeah.
does. But just to reinforce what you said with the moon card, caution. Always err on caution. You know, don't be rushing into anything. Fabulous, fabulous reading, Maura. Tony with an I is wondering, is there anything career and or love related coming up, going on?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have a wee look at both.
Fear
Take
or
it for
love
the one.
related? No, amazing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so first card that has come out here, the Fool card. Okay.
Mm.
And then we have, interesting again, the Nine of Cups. And then we have the Three of Cups here as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I feel that in answer to your question, there's definitely new beginnings coming here for you. And I feel that it's going to be something that you haven't experienced before because with the Fool card here, I'm feeling that you're really paving your own way. You can see I'm just focusing on the little steps here. You know, you're really imprinting your own progress here. The Nine of Cups here, I feel definitely is to do. I mean, it's quite literally a heart here, so I do feel there is something wonderful relationship wise coming for you. And the Three of Cups here as well, I feel is to do with a wonderful commitment as well coming your way. You know, so absolutely amazing. The Page of Wands here, I feel, is representing you. Um, and again, new beginnings for you. The Five of Pentacles here, I feel is representing taking things in your time and not feeling rushed or pressured, not feeling to kind of jump ahead of yourself. Where, oops, my earplug has just decided to pop out. Hope you can hear me okay. And then the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel, is to do with um, everything is looking really, really bright on the horizon for you. And I feel that this is going to be a lovely new experience that you haven't experienced before. I feel there's going to be a lot of love uh, coming for you and that you have a lot of love to give as well. I feel that there's been a lot of hurt and pain in relationships in the past. And I feel that you've learned the lesson from those. And I feel that at some stage they really kind of knocked you for six. You know, they really knocked you down, and it was quite a difficult experience for you. But I feel that now is the time to learn from that, but not to let it hold you back. I feel that you're also in a position now to recognize that the past hurt and pain was a lesson and a blessing as well. But you know, don't let that make you afraid to move forward in terms of relationships. Um, I feel work wise as well. I feel that there's going to be a lot of change for you. I feel there's going to be opportunities for you. I'm really looking at this in terms of the branches of the card here. So I feel that things are going to start to open up a lot more for you. Um, and I feel that you're going to have confidence to push yourself a bit more forward and feel that, yes, you are worthy of these opportunities and that you do have the experience to put yourself forward. So don't hold back. Go for it. You've nothing to lose.
Sounds like it's going to be a great 2025 for Tony.
Yeah, amazing.
Absolutely fantastic, fantastic. Great reading, Maura. Well done. Great,
Thank
great, great,
you.
great. Um, absolutely phenomenal. Let's see what else, because I accidentally lost a lot of my notes. Not like me to prepare for anything, and then the time I do prepare, I lose all my notes. Where are we? Sorry, I have about 40 different Word documents open here. There we go. And we have Sarah, who is wanting to know, is there going to be a new home coming anytime soon?
Okay. Right, these cards here for you, Sarah. Gonna give these cards another wee shuffle.
Every day I'm shuffling. I feel like that should be our theme tune.
Right, Sarah, let's look to see if there's a new home for you on the horizon. Wonderful. Okay, so the first card that's come out for you, Sarah, is the World card. The next one is the Hierophant. Okay, and the Lovers card. Okay, so I feel in terms of a new home for you, I feel the World card here is representing the end of a cycle and the start for you. So I do feel that there is a new home on the way for you. What I'm really drawn to here is the Hierophant. Okay, so this is the card that I was mentioning earlier on about your prayers being heard, not necessarily been answered yet. So I do feel that, you know, things are happening in the background for you, that, you know, this new home is going to come along for you. I feel that this Lovers card here is representing there's going to be a bit of a journey for you. I feel there's going to be some ups and downs, but I feel that you just need to be patient. And then what you might feel is the one for you, and it doesn't happen for you. I feel that's okay, because I feel that there is the right home for you, and not to be panicking and not to be panic buying and thinking this is the end. If I don't get this, this is the end of the world. I feel that the right home is going to come for you at the right time. Um, the Six of Cups here, I feel, is about letting go of the past. So in terms of a new home for you, I feel that this represents letting go of your old premises that you're on. And I feel this really ties in with the World card, as in a new cycle for you. I feel that this card here is saying that there's going to be good news coming your way. Okay. And then the Swords card here, I feel this is about the calm after the storm. So I do feel that there's going to be a bit of upheaval, but I do feel that you don't need to worry. You just need to hang in there and know that the right home is going to come for you at the right time. So, absolutely the best of luck with your new home. I don't know, Sean, have you been feeling anything else going along with this as
No, I'm
well?
in total agreement. You hit everything I was feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah,
And
fabulous.
buying a home is one of the most stressful things you will do in your life. So just hang in there. You know, there's a lot of blue and lots of red coming up in these cards, which represent, you know, your throat chakra, and then your red representing your root chakra. So I do feel, you know, you're going to have to remain grounded. But the blue here is saying to me, when you start getting stressed, there are people there that you can talk to. Don't hold it in, you know. Let it out and talk to people how you're feeling as well. So, but the best of luck. I'm so excited for you getting a new home. That's just amazing.
Yeah, fabulous. Fabulous reading, Maura, fabulous. And last but certainly not least, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Of
You want a reading?
course I do. You know me, I love getting readings.
Now, do you have a particular question in mind, or do
No,
you want me to just go with it?
just go for it. Let's really flex those intuitive abilities in front of everybody, Maura.
Woo-hoo. Okay, love it. I might do this slightly differently this time. I'll pull out a people card and a blockage card, and
Ooh.
yes, see what direction we're going in. Right, right. You tell me when to stop, and I will go from there.
Okay. Stop.
Love it. Okay. So the first card that's come out here is Temperance. Okay. And this is the person card. So with this card, I always feel, when you see jugglers in the circus juggling those plates,
Mhm.
and they're trying to juggle a lot of things at the same time and keeping them going. Okay. And I feel that this is you at the moment. I feel that you've got your finger in a lot of pies, I suppose is probably the best word. And I feel this temperance card is all about divine timing and being patient. Don't try to push things beyond the limit and to just be a bit more patient. So I feel this Five of Cups here is your blockage, okay? Um, what I'm feeling with this card here is about seeing what other people have and wanting it. Um, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but a lot of people are looking at you and seeing what you have and wanting it. So I think you need to take stock of actually I'm a lot more equipped here, and I've a lot more resources than I actually realize. And I feel these two cards here together are about tapping into those resources more, and using them to propel you forward. I feel that that temperance card is about being patient, but actually tapping into those resources. That's all you need. You have everything you need right now to get you to where you want to be. Do those resonate with you?
No, it's awful, Maura. You should retire.
I'll pull out a few more cards here just to kind of um,
Sure.
pull
Yeah,
out a
fabulous so far.
much
Fabulous.
bigger picture for you. Love it. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, then we have the Justice card, and we have the Ace of Wands, then we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so the King of Cups here, I feel, is representing you and representing your emotions, and I feel that you're a person who has a lot of love to give, and I feel that you want to receive as much love as you are giving. Okay. And I feel that this Five of Wands here is feeling frustration. Okay. I feel that this is just about moving forward with your future as well. And getting a bit more direction, because I feel that there's choices here that need to be made, and there's lots of ideas coming into play here. Um, I feel with this Justice card here, it's about getting the right kind of balance in your life. So I feel that everything is going to start coming to you once you start to feel that balance in your life. And I feel that this all ties back to the Temperance card and just being patient, and feeling, that everything's going to come in its own good time for you. Um, but you have to realize as well that everything you need, you have right there.
Yeah.
I feel that there's a lot of gifts that you have that you're not that you're taking for granted, but I feel that you don't realize how just amazing you actually are. And I feel that just finding that balance in your life at the moment, I feel is going to really start helping you put your foot on the accelerator to get in the direction that you want to go.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Maura. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Love it, love it, love it. And that's the reading portion all done. Great. Lots of things for us all to think about there with the readings that you done. Amazing. That was great work. Um, and I know you do readings in person and also video call, like Zoom type stuff as well.
I do indeed.
So if people wanted to reach out and get in contact with you, how could they do that? What's your socials?
I have a page on Facebook. It's called Tarot with Maura. If you just PM me on that page, I will fit you in for a reading.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
get in touch.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for your time and your wonderful
Oh,
contribution to the summit.
thank
Um,
you.
you're an
And thanks for
absolutely
having me on. It's been
Of
an
course,
absolute blast. I've loved it.
you're a great tarot reader. You're a great medium as well. Maybe next time when I'm back in Belfast, I'll put you up on stage again with me. Because to be honest, you didn't sweat doing this, so I have to put the pressure on. As
I love
as
a
your
good dem, in fairness.
same. I know. I'm really gonna have to get back over soon and get one done. Um, but we'll see what happens. I've got a lot on, like you said, fingers in many pies. Maybe I could get a flight to Brazil from Belfast. Don't mind me.
Nope.
I was like, okay, two birds, one stone. A long flight. But anyway, thank you so much for your wonderful contribution,
Thanks for
Maura,
having me.
and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever it is that you're getting up to. And I know that people will be reaching out to you and contacting you for readings. So
Love it.
fabulous. Thank you
Can't
so
wait.
much.
No, thank you.
And go and find out the biz from Nicola and let me know.
I will.
Okie dokes. See you.
Brilliant. All the best. Bye.
Bye. So, wasn't that a fantastic reading from Maura? Another skilled tarot reader. I've trained hundreds of tarot readers. Let me tell you, I've trained hundreds of them, and they've all went on to do readings professionally, even either full time or part time. Tarot is just it's a tool that I love to work with. Now we are reaching this part of the summit, guys, where we're reaching the end, but I do need a little 5-minute comfort break. So give yourselves 5 minutes, go coffee, juice, whatever it is, and I'll see you back in about 5 minutes. How does that sound? Sound good? Yeah? Fabulous. Hello, my friends. How are you all doing? Just a little break there for a few moments. Just let the energy settle. It's been very full on in the best way possible. I mean, the healing, the readings, me constantly being in the high vibe, you know. And I hope you are really enjoying what's being brought forward in the summit, you know, and seeing how many different like things are available out there in like the metaphysical world in order to help you just get to where you need to be, you know. And I know it kind of sounds like I was giving readings a wee bit of a bashing, going like healing, you know what I mean? But they both have their place, you know, and even you'll notice with like getting that little bit of a guidance in a reading and that little bit of reassurance going like, yeah, the house is coming, or you just need to settle, you know, that in itself can take the weight of the world off somebody's shoulders. So, you know, go for these things that you feel are going to be beneficial for you. Obviously, I know many people from all over the world. They do all different things from all over the world. Granted, I did stay a little bit more close to home, although I live in Malta, but, you know, for this one, which is fine. It is what it is at the end of the day. So find those things that work for you and really begin to apply them into your life. You know, there is no point in experiencing a weekend like this weekend that I'm bringing and not really following through. You know, do you need help and direction in the sorry, in the terms of your mind? Sorry, I've got the AC on. Anytime I have it on, it always hits my chest. I know. What a complaint to have. I live in the Mediterranean and I'm complaining about having the AC on. If you need that little bit of guidance, maybe, you know, like what Aaron was speaking about yesterday, and you need to like get that big picture together, you know, reach out to these people. They are there to help, and, you know, make that investment in yourself, make that sort of bet on yourself. Because I have to say, every single time that I bet on myself, that I go for something new, something bigger, something faster, something stronger, something, you know, bright and shiny and all of that new type of stuff, I win. Because I'm betting on me, and I know if you bet on you, that you are absolutely going to win too. Sometimes you just need a little bit of tools, so reach out to those people, you know, get clear, get what it is that you want, absolutely go for it. You know, what I want for me, I absolutely want for everybody else as well, and I don't think people really understand that. You know, there's enough to go around. Dream big, you know, move beyond those limitations, like clear the hurt and the pain and the upset from the past, and just let it go. You know, just let it go. It's fine. It's all good. Just move on from it. I'm just going to check again, see if we have any other questions or comments or anything fired in. No, which is great. And we do have another guest that's going to be joining hopefully in the next couple of minutes. Marla, if you're watching, feel free to just come into the Zoom room whenever you feel ready, and we can get cracking with yours. Yeah, let me see. Fabulous. Oh, I should not have done that, should I? Oh, it's okay. Everything's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Me clicking the wrong buttons all the time. So yes, like I'm saying, there is a million different ways out there for us to heal and move beyond those different limitations that we have in our life, and hopefully I've showcased that to you in the course of this weekend. And you know, I personally believe like it's one of my missions here is to help people live more spiritually fulfilled lives, and that sort of encompasses all of the work that I do, whether it be doing readings for people, whether it be mentoring, developing mediums, teaching people the tarot, writing my books, and even my hypnotherapy work. You know, I firmly believe that all of that, it all connects in one way or another, right back to helping people live that more spiritually fulfilled lives. Because I don't believe that we were, on this life to, suffer and play small. And obviously, playing big looks completely different to absolutely everybody. Um, so use those resources available to you. Reach out, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for direction. And there's many, many resources that are out there on YouTube. Thank God for the University of YouTube, huh? We can learn these things and then begin to apply them absolutely. Because the more that we step in and really get engrossed in those spiritual capacities that we have, like you heard Maura say, like life's just different. Life's just better. And it doesn't mean you have to go the same route that Maura went. If you want to learn the tarot, reach out. But it doesn't mean you have to go that route. You can just begin to become more aware of energy. Like I literally had someone that sat in my group for, I think about 4 years, she sat in my circle. And she could stand up and give a reading as best as good as the next one. But the reason as to why she joined is because I trained in meditation, and meditation's always a part of circles that I run, and she just heard fabulous things about my meditations. Obviously, they're a lot deeper than what we done yesterday, and she's like, honest, she's like, I just joined because I needed to de-stress. She developed, and her life changed. It's all there for you guys. It really, really is. Now. Here we have our wonderful next guest joining. Again, something a little bit different is coming forward. Let me see here. We've got you unmuted. We've got your camera. Let me just adjust the settings just a little bit. Hello.
Hello. I tried getting into the broadcast room
Mhm.
and had a problem.
Oh
Are
no.
we going out to the world?
Oh yes, absolutely. I've been on and been checking regularly. Yes, so I'm unsure as to why that is. Because I did. Yes, don't worry. I have it on my phone. I'm watching along. Other people are watching too, so it's great.
Awesome. Well, I'm set to start in a few minutes. Should we start early or what?
Let's kick off now. Yeah, you're here. I'm here. People are watching. Let's go.
Well, okay. I'm Nerla, and I have been gifted with the ability to go into the Akashic records on behalf of other people. Normally, the guides will drop me literally into someone's past lifetime, and I will describe what I see, what I hear. Sometimes they will give me advice for a person in their here and now lifetime, and I will channel that information. And then usually after I've been able to report on several different lifetimes, the guides will decide it's time to close the records. And I'll sit for a few minutes to help the person process what they've heard. And people have found that it's been very informative. I like to think of it like there was a TV show called The Greatest American Hero, where this man got this power suit from aliens, but he lost the owner's manual. And so much of us come into this lifetime without our owner's manual.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the opportunity to see the soul's journey and the lessons that the soul has learned through those journeys does empower one like an owner's manual for the here and now, helping someone get more understanding of what their karmic experience might be showing up in this lifetime. I have found through the readings, there's hardly ever really karmic punishment.
Mm,
Okay. People feel like there's something dropping down on them. More often, it's really about a karmic balancing. That you have an opportunity to expand the soul's experience in this here and now body
Mhm.
so that you are able to have a richer life, be more fully who you were destined to be, experience things on more levels than just what's in your face at the moment, finding out how things have connection, people have connection.
Mhm.
Often in seeing these past lifetimes, I have seen how members of a soul's tribe come back in different embodiments in their lifetimes here and now or other times. Not every soul in the soul tribe does appear in every lifetime. They have their own journeys and their own experiences, their own lessons they want to learn. But we do have these people who reappear. Sometimes it's your father. Sometimes it's going to be your daughter. Sometimes it might be your pet. We do choose lifetimes as an animal every now and then.
Hmm.
And it's very interesting. People who are familiar, who live with animals, horses, dogs, cats, and domestic animals, and even the wild and feral animals can see sometimes there's an intelligence to
Hmm.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the soul experiencing that particular embodiment.
Hmm.
In readings, I have seen people die. Um, a very touching experience was seeing two young women. They were Irish. They were trying to get to America on the Titanic.
Ah.
And together they were trapped
Oh
in
wow.
in a room where they couldn't get out, and they held their hands together and comforted each other as the freezing cold water rose up around them and took their lives.
Oh wow. What an experience.
And that woman in the here and now lifetime that I had been reading for, she was one of those two sisters, talked about how in her life she felt a need to touch people with what she could do for them,
Uh-huh.
to physically touch them as well. She felt it was important to uh, hug people,
Uh-huh.
to hold their hand
Uh-huh.
and make them feel confident within themselves. And I went, very clear. This was something your soul realized was important
Hmm.
from that particular experience.
Yeah.
So, what might seem like it's going to be a bad thing, it's not. Every experience we have is about enriching the soul,
Hmm.
informing the soul, giving the soul an opportunity to expand. I've seen the journey of people. One gentleman I read for in one lifetime, he was a contemplative monk. In another lifetime, he was a pirate and a
Mm.
very wild one and very sexually vigorous one in that, which was kind of interesting to be seeing what he was up to.
What a comparison from being a monk, huh?
Right. And then in another lifetime, he was a wizard of sorts. He was the leader he was male, he was the leader of a coven.
Mhm.
Another lifetime, he was a craftsperson in Atlantis before
Ah.
it had sunk. And he and his wife at that time created beautiful works of art, particularly things with crystals.
Mm.
And they imbued these stones with their personal energy. so that what they sold had a very healing power for anyone who bought it.
Oh.
And then I actually got to see him in a future lifetime. He was one of several people I've seen future lifetimes with. And he had become a leader on a colony on another planet. And
So,
the guides throughout had then started advising him that he had certain responsibilities to start writing,
uh,
and that he was supposed to get into politics and serve people, and that his life experiences had enriched him with knowing the value of sexuality, knowing
mm,
the value of quiet contemplative moments,
mhm,
knowing the value of creating things, knowing how important it was to direct and lead others to become their better selves. So his life was a very interesting experience. I read for him over several years.
oh wow.
And watching as he did eventually, he really resisted going into politics. But eventually he got involved with his son's school parent-teacher group. And
Mhm.
that was dipping his toes into assuming a leadership position. And he got comfortable doing that. I hope I can meet him again sometime and see what other things he's moved forward to.
Yeah.
He was one of my interesting ones. The very first person I read for, we called her the Ratter. I get dropped into this life. It's old London, um, dirty, barely industrial. And she had 16 dogs on ropes and chains. And she led them into this tenement type building and let them loose. They killed the rats that were carrying the typhoid.
Ah.
So she was healing that way. In other lifetimes, she worked growing things. And another lifetime, during a war, she was a nurse taking care of injured soldiers. And then the guide said that she had a capacity for healing, but they didn't want her healing individuals. She had a purpose in this here and now lifetime to heal the planet.
Oh.
And they told her that she needed to go out and travel the world and learn how people were doing things, renewable energy, sustainable uh, lifetime, how they were growing things without pesticides,
Mhm.
how they were creating buildings for people to live in. So the guides wanted her to go out and learn these things and come back and teach them.
Mhm.
And 2 years later, she'd come back for a reading and
Yeah.
said she had done that traveling and now was involved with a university program where she was teaching people these workshops on how to physically do these things to save the planet.
Fabulous.
And it's just so amazing to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people know the Akashic Records because they've heard of Edgar Cayce, the Sleeping Prophet.
Well, there may be even a few people that maybe the Akashic Records is a brand new word to them.
Yeah.
So you obviously you've been what is it? Is it 30 years you've been doing the Akashic Records?
Well, I've been reading for others probably about 10 years now.
Huh, okay. I know, but you've a lot of prior experience in other fields before that, don't you? That's where I'm getting the thread
I have
from.
a lot of
Yeah,
metaphysical
yeah,
and a lot of intuitive
yeah,
talent was
yeah.
developed.
Yeah.
And apparently, after one of my challenges that was almost near death, I was gifted with this
Mm.
capacity, this assignment to go into the records for other people. As I was about to say, Edgar Casey, as the healing prophet, people know of him finding cures and
Mhm.
treatments for people. I've never really had an experience of anything that particularly healed someone else in a reading. But personally, when I was reading for someone and I had seen her elevation and
Yeah.
she chose to come back and be a healer in this lifetime, and after that session, I had had a broken foot. And when I went to the doctor the next week, the x-ray showed it completely healed. And I felt it healing during the session. I felt this sense of wholeness and
Mm.
restoration in my foot. You know, people have seen the Akashic Records described as a library, and it holds the book of life
Mhm.
for every individual. My experience in the records has been larger than that because I've seen the cosmic entirety and its different dimensions I've been put into. I've seen people past and future. I get the advice from the guides as to how the person can fulfill their purpose on the planet in their here and now lifetime. And I've found it so enriching. And when the people have come back to me months later and said, "Oh, and this happened, and I totally knew what to do
Mhm.
because of that reading," even though in the reading, that day I walked home and said, what was that about?" So it's something that the guides know,
Mhm.
and they show me what the person needs, and they tell me what I'm supposed to tell the person. And then after, when I come out of the records, I can also bring in my metaphysical studies, Kabbalah, Vedanta, science of mind, New Thought, uh, the richness of ancient teachings, the modern approach to ancient teachings,
Mhm.
and what my personal guide has advised me and instructed me with. So I can then bring that to help the person process after their reading.
Fabulous, fabulous. I know it is quite a what's the word I'm looking for? Quite a comprehensive like service that you provide. Service is the only word that I can think of there, because I know that with the Akashic Records that it is a highly intuitive and very healing experience whenever you're getting that work done through the records, because it helps that understanding, it helps release the blockages, the trauma, the whatever it may be, like you said earlier, karmic balancing. I love that term. I'm gonna consider that stolen. I love that term now. And it's very, very, it's intense. It's deep, deep work that goes on. Um, and I know if people are interested in working with you, like they can reach out to you directly. And I think you've put together something a little bit special for people that are coming through the summit to you. So fabulous.
Well, I have offered a free book, Mining Wisdom from the Akashic Records.
Uh-huh.
People can email me, Marilla, at akashicmarilla.com.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the actual website is down, but the email is
Yeah,
working,
yeah,
and I'll be able to connect with people
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
I have developed a coaching program
Hmm.
where I can bring all my training, all my life experience. And at 75, I have a lot of life experience. And I bring all that, and it's a combination over 3 months of readings and then coaching and helping people make transitions, whether it's a healing type of experience, whether they need to release things in their lives, how to build things in their lives. And I find that does give me a very special personal opportunity to serve an individual. And when I can connect with someone that way, it's so enriching for me to see the progress, to see how a woman who was in her 50s, her life had sort of gotten smaller and smaller, and we started working together, and she found her voice, and she started creating artwork, and she
Wow,
ended up having gallery showings.
amazing.
And she was living in just this shared house with someone, moved out on her own, traveled the world for several months,
Wow.
and just opened up a life in so many ways, developed a deeper relationship with her adult son, and just the detailed, specific guidance that she was able to get from the records and from me
Mhm.
so profoundly
Yeah.
changed her life. And I love seeing that. I call these people my trophies.
Oh, I love that.
And, and they're like those shiny objects that I have displayed for my soul
Yeah,
and my mind to know that I've made a difference, which is very important to
yeah.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you've provided me with your contact details to pass on to people that do want to reach out to you, because it is so fascinating. And I've a little bit of, sort of knowledge, shall I say, on the Akashic Records. Obviously, it's not my forte. We're guided in the direction we're guided in with our own gifts of the spirit, and
Mhm.
mine is not there. But maybe you would like to spare a little 5 minutes and take a peek into my record and see what you pick up.
If you would like that, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Divine beings, loving guides, caring angels, loving spirits, please open the records. Please open the records. Please open the records. American Western desert air is very clean. And where are you? Horses. Ah, oh, you are this glorious, beautiful, powerful Mustang horse. Ah, not the leader, but very powerful, very enjoying racing through the sands with the other horses, just being part of that community, feeling, ah, snorting the air, and heartbeat is so strong. It's just Oh, I wish I could pet you. Oh my goodness, you're just so powerful, racing, wildness, freedom. Ah, okay. This looks snow-covered mountains. Very cold. Air's crisp. And I'm going in closer. Okay. You're a young man, maybe late teens, woodcutter, very muscular. You are chopping, cutting the tree down. Going to the branch with lots of leaves on it. Nuzzling your face into it and enjoying the life energy. Chop that branch down. Chop more. Very strong. Yeah. Body slender, muscular. You like the wood. You respect the wood. And you make use of the wood. You cut the wood. You have a small village that you're from, that you bring the wood to for building, for the fires to keep people warm. There's a little girl near you, watching you. She's your sister in that lifetime. The guides say she's been your father and grandfather in other lifetimes.
Ooh, interesting.
She has a very special, deep affection towards you. You sort of check on her, but focus on doing what you do with the wood, with that tree, preparing it, cutting it down so it can be used. The guides say they speak to you. That intuition that you have are your guides, and you should ask them more questions because
Okay.
they have more answers.
Wow.
And the records are closing. And the records are closing. Together we say thank you and amen. And the records are closed. Sometimes
Wow.
my eyes leak during readings. It's not that I cry. They just
Yeah.
sweat.
It happens. Our bodies do
Yeah.
respond to the energetic work going on around us. Wow, so fascinating, especially that one about the horse. There was a lot of words that you said, even though, I can't really remember being a horse. But there was a lot of words that you said that really resonate with me and like my value system, So that's very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I do have a big thing about nature. I hate being indoors. Hate it. Hate it. Mm. Wow, amazing. And obviously, whenever you're working with clients, it's more comes along than just
Right,
that. Yeah,
right.
that's just a little glimpse into the records.
Exactly. That, and I call it the glimpse reading.
Yeah,
And the guy, it's just a matter of like maybe 15 minutes usually, different lifetimes. Sometimes the guides will jump in with advice like
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
They can get very bossy at
Chapter.
times too. And they're like, okay, no, you tell him they have to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I'll
yeah.
pass the word along.
I'm forever having arguments with mine. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, okay, that may be.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Amazing, so fascinating, such a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I know if anyone is interested in, you know, um, understanding the Akashic Records a little bit more, and also understanding how, a Akashic Records session reading, can really help them. It can give a lot more insight into sort of certain habits and traits that we even have in this life. It's amazing. So I know people will reach out to you.
Well, I hope so. I get so energized when
Mhm.
I do readings. I've been at a fair, where a psychic fair in person, where I have done 11 readings in a row. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. And someone said, "Oh, don't you get tired?" And I'm like, "No, they energize me. The guides just kind of lift me up and push me out and and feed me with this opportunity to experience the journeys of other souls."
Hmm.
I got to see a young girl who was literally handing out the bread and fishes when Jesus spoke
Oh, wow.
in Jerusalem.
Wow.
And the sacred energy from that lifetime
Hmm.
was amazing. Um, I've seen wars, which I don't like.
Yep.
One time I saw a young person in that particular lifetime was being abused, and I couldn't handle that. So I told the guide, I said, "No, I can't see this. This hurts me too much." And the guide said, "Fine." Took me to another part of that person's lifetime where they were more in control, were older and was having a more satisfactory life. And that was good to know. That was good to know. So I can tell the guides, "No, don't show me that." And they will understand that.
Yeah.
I go to my own guides before a day of doing readings
Hmm.
and ask them to, support me and make sure that I'm going where I need to go to best serve people.
Hmm.
Service is very important to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a big, big, big part of this work. And that's it. It's about serving as many people as we possibly can and helping people move forward in life, you know. I'm very, very aware of time, and I want to thank you so much for your wonderful contribution to the virtual spiritual summit. And if people do want to reach out, your contact details are in the speakers room, so they can absolutely reach out to you and get going with what they need to get going with. Thank you
Sounds
so much.
delightful.
Yes, thank you,
It's
thank
been
you,
a
thank
wonderful
you.
experience.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. I know I'm going to mull over all these words before the whole life, you know, sit and really meditate on those. But thank you so much,
Yeah.
and enjoy the rest. It's evening time where you are now, yes?
Well, no, it's morning
Oh, morning.
right
Well,
now.
enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is that you get up to, and hopefully I'll see you in another summit in the near future.
Okay. And the guides poked me again. They said, you need to really enjoy the sense of the power of your body in this lifetime.
Okay, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that on board.
All
Fabulous.
right. Be
Thank
well.
you so much. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Wow, wow, wow. The Akashic Records, such a big, fascinating topic. If do go research, look into them. If you have never heard of them before, there's so many different ways that you can explore them, so many different ways of doing the readings with them. So go ahead and absolutely like look into that if you feel, oh, I would like to know a little bit more about past lives. You don't necessarily need regression done, although that is something that is available as well. What a great weekend. I'm exhausted after all of that. I don't know about you guys, but for one, I am tired. Or as my Colombian friend said, I am tired. um, so I would like to do just a little like grounding exercise with us all. Because I am doing a masterclass on Saturday, the weight loss mental reset with the hypnosis. So come along for that. I put it in the email yesterday. I'll put it in an email for you as well today. But I would like to do just a little grounding exercise, just so you know that you can pull yourself back into your body and let those maybe distracting thoughts go at any time. Like the power is there, it's within you, you know, you've got it. So I'd like you just to take a moment and just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and just breathe out through your mouth. And just take a moment and just feel the energy flow through your body. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Just allow your body to relax. And that's good. And now I'd like you to take your attention to the soles of your feet. And I'd like you to visualize roots, like roots from a tree, beginning to grow from your feet and begin to travel into the earth. And the more they travel, the thicker and stronger that they get. And when they reach the center of the earth, they're going to enter a ball of beautiful golden white light. And within an instant, that light is going to travel up the roots and feel it build beneath the soles of your feet. And just allow that beautiful golden white light to begin to enter in your body. Your feet, your ankles, your calf muscles, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your lower back and your stomach. Just the light is constantly flowing around the chest and the shoulders, down your arms, to the tips of your fingers, filling your head and your face. And I'd like you to breathe in deeply, and as you breathe in, allow that light to intensify and to move out around you as you're surrounded in this beautiful golden white light. And we're going to ask for any energy in your energy body that is no longer in your highest good to drop away, fade away, melt away. Feel your aura become balanced and in harmony, heaven and earth embodied right here, right now. Beautiful. And just take a moment and be present. Be aware of the energy around you, as this is who you truly are. And just feel gratitude for your life, and for everything that you've been through has made you the person that you are today. So just be grateful and be present. Wonderful. And just take your awareness back to the breath. Take a deep grounding breath in through the nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just open your eyes just as soon as you feel ready. And notice the difference as you go about your day whenever you do a little exercise like that. Notice how easier things are, because we have those tools and mental exercises that we can do to shake off the stagnant energy and to get going all alive and fresh and exciting and go, go, go. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I really do hope that you guys have thoroughly enjoyed this weekend. My name's Sean McGill, Psychic in the City. Check me out on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you want, really. You all have my email address at this stage. Any questions, please do reach out to me. And we'll fire you all a little email later. Have a good Sunday. I'm really hungry after this now. So I'm going to go get something to eat. And I want to thank you all and my wonderful guests over the weekend. And yeah,